as always, we've got merch for the channel. We have our Nerd Creative range and our Stay Creative range. Links in the description. Get whatever you want. Creatives, how are you? Welcome back to the Nerd Creative channel. Build the Moomin House, Box 16, Part 5. In this video, we're going to complete issue 63 of the build. Grab yourself a coffee, sit back, relax and enjoy. With every stage we're covered with component parts and a magazine. These are the component parts for stage part 5. That's really good. Can't wait till I get all this blue cladding on my house, but I've got a long way to go before that. I think I've got another, I don't know. So in this video we're going to be doing the second floor door, which is here, and we're going to be adding some more treads and some banisters to the staircase that we've started in a previous video. Grandpa Grumble, an elderly and rather forgetful character. Moominland Midwinter, Little My and the Squirrel. So here's a list of the components at this stage and the step-by-step instructions. So we start off with the staircase and we finish up with the door on the second floor, like that, and that's what it should look like. Grandpa Grumble. So, as always, if you've watched my channel before, I like to make sure what it says we're supposed to have here, that we have in here. Those treads are not the same as these treads. But they are the right treads. Yeah, because they're square, which they're not right, but these are right. Let me just bring the staircase back in. Yeah. So there we go. So I've just checked these threads here for the stairs 1, 2, 3, 4, which are 9, 10, 11 and 12. The rectangular. The ones that I've got in here are triangle shaped. These are wrong. I've contacted DeAgostini about a replacement to this. I've sent them images as well, because these triangle ones here will not fit on these rectangles. See, these 4 are 1, 2, 3, 4, which I've already got. So I'm not going to be able to work on the stairs. Let me see. So I might be able to put the treads, put the banister on up to here, but I can't put this one on and this one on until I've got the treads. So what I'll do is I'll do this banister here, which goes from here all the way up to there. So I'll put that banister on, and then I'm gonna have to leave it, and then I'll work on the door. That's all I can do, and it's why I always check to see if we've got what we're supposed to have. And it's very rare that I don't get what I'm supposed to get, because DeAgostini and Fan Home are really good, really good. So these are wrong, as you can see. See the 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're actually supposed to have 9, 10, 11, and 12. And if you look, see the square one, see the rectangular ones there, and they've sent me these. These are not right because I've already used them. But I can check for everything else. So we've got the landing banister. We have, this is banister A. This is banister B, and this is banister C, which I can't use. I can't use them. I can use this one. I can use this one for here, which it goes in there like that. So I can use that, no problem. So I will do that in this video. Let's see, we've got everything else. We've got the door, which is underneath here. The door's underneath there. It's going along that way. So it does look like we've got everything else. So we'll have inner door and outer door for everything, but I'm assuming we've got everything else. We've got the doorknob there, and we should have pins as well. Let me just check to see if we've got pins in here. Yeah, we've got pins. Pins are in there. So I'll just lay out lightly just to make sure that we've got everything. So we've got, so that's there. That's for the door. That's for the door. That's the thin. There's a thin and thick version of these. So let me just check that we've got them. That goes there. That goes at the bottom of the door. There. That goes that side. That goes that side. That's the bonnet. That's a, what do you call that? Like detailing. It's like detailing. Just checking that I've got everything. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame that. So that goes up there. So that's the door. That's the bottom of the door. One of these is the top of the door. I think that's the top of, yeah, that's the top of the door. And this is, what is this? Oh yeah, that goes there, I think. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that goes under the door. I think that goes there, something like that. But yeah, we've got everything. We've got everything else that we need. So we have like inner frame and outer frame. So that's those three there and those three there. One's inner and one's outer, and then one's chunky and one's really thin. This is like more decorative on one side. So yeah, we've got everything that we're supposed to have except the treads, because these are wrong. So put them aside. So I'll do this. So I'll probably do all this now as one video, because I was going to do it as two. So we've got our components. We've got our magazine. Let's begin. So I brought the stairs back here. I'm going to be attaching this banister. So the way it goes on the 5th step. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it goes here, and then it goes all the way down. And there's a little notch there at the bottom, as you can see. And there is a notch cut out on the bottom of that as well. So what we've got to do is, got to get some quick drying glue, and we put it on the underneath here, and just on the bottoms of these. Make sure we get glue on them. I'm going to put glue in there as well, like that. and then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this goes in the hole that's on the step. Let me just push it in place. So it goes in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so it goes in there like that. And these steps fit in the holes going all the way down. Actually, that's not right. Goes in there, that hole there. Just might have to make that hole a bit more prominent, like that. I'm gonna have to re-glue these now because I left it too long. Just gonna glue the bottom of these steps. So it is like I said, it's a little fiddly. I always have a bit of an issue with putting on banisters. So that goes in there. Just make sure it pushes down. So I don't want to break it, you see, because it's plastic. And then they all fit in like that where they're in, and then this goes into that notch. So we just there like that. It's not pushing down enough that, but I can't get it. So if I push it too hard, it's just going to break. So I'm going to leave it like that. So that's that banister there, the only one that we can put in. Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, seems right. Yeah, it's a bit strange looking. It's all like squashed together, but that's the way it's supposed to be, as you can see. So I'll do it'll have to be another video now. Where I'll put these treads on and then I'll finish off the banister all the way up. But yeah, that's all we can do now. So I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on to the door, which I would have done in a separate video, but because we haven't got all the treads, I'm going to do it in this video. So it's going to be a bit jumbled because I'm going to have to come back to issue 63 to finish it, but it's all good. So we're not putting it in the house anyway yet. So the next thing we're going to be doing is the door, and I've built quite a few of these before, so it's quite straightforward. So we get this piece here. So we've got these two, right? One's got a hole in and one hasn't, so we take away the one that's got a hole in it. We put that there, and then we've got the bottom of the door. So we're going, which is the bottom of the door and which is the top? Let's see. Vertical strip 10. Horizontal strip 9. Yeah, so we use this one here, which is the bigger one. So we use that and that. We have to glue those two together first. That's the first thing I'm going to do is. So we can put some glue on here. On this area here. So I'm going to bring my glue back and cocktail sticks. So I'm going to zoom in a bit so we can get a closer look at the construction of the door. So I've built now 1, 2, 3. I've built 3 doors previously. 1 brown one and 2 white ones. So yeah, so this is they all go together the same. Just checking that these two sides are the same, which they are. Yep. So I'm going to put some glue in the connection points, which are here and here. Like that. And that. And then put it in there like that. There's a little groove in there where it needs to go. That's quite messy. Right, okay. We just make sure that it has to be flush with the surface, with this green mat here. So I'm going to hold that for a little bit while it adheres to each other. Next thing is the door panel, which is here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue down that channel and down that channel, and then slot the door in place. And it helps kind of, this is like the core structure of the door, and without this it won't strengthen everything that attaches around it. So I'm going to put some glue down the channel. Oh, it won't go in. I'll put it down the door. I'm going to put the glue here. Yep, so I'm going to put some glue down this part of the door here, up and down like that. On both sides. And at the bottom. Here, like that. Just make sure you get a little bit on the side here and on the other side. Just here, like that. And the two sides that we glued will slot in like that. Let's make sure that they're flush. I'm going to clean a little bit of excess glue there. Yep. So the next two pieces that are going on the door are this side and the top. And you've got to make sure that the hole here, let's slide it up a bit. You've got to make sure that the hole is closer to the bottom than the top. So we get this piece, so we need to put glue on this side, and we need to get glue in that channel as well. So we'll start off with this side here, like that, just making sure it's covered. And then we need some glue in the channel. Like that. Might need a bit more glue. Yep, a bit more glue. I think my glue's clogged up a bit. Just slot it in place. Like that. Clean off any excess glue. It's not going to ruin it because we're not painting the door's already painted. So that's the top of the door. So we've got to put this on this side here. So I could put glue all the way down that channel, which I will do. I think I'll glue the channel itself instead of a cocktail stick. That's not great, is it? Just push the glue into the channel. That's it. And then we just place it onto the door itself. Making sure everything's flush. I'm going to leave that time to dry. So we've built the door, now we've got to build the frame. And the key with the frame is the door opens this way, like that. So the pins will be on the left hand side. So you've got to make sure that this here, there's got a hole in it. And the hole has to be on the left hand side. And the same with the plate that goes at the bottom. The hole has to be on the left hand side because there'll be pins there going through the door and then pin there going through the top of the door. So you've got to make sure that everything's lined up the way it's supposed to. So if you look at the door's got a hole in the top and a hole in the bottom on the left hand side because this is where the handle goes, and then the door goes into the frame here, and it's all held in place with pins. So we've got to build this now. So the first thing I'm going to do is we've got to get this piece and this piece together. So I'm going to get some more wood glue out, cocktail stick, and the other thing you got to make sure is that all the decorative pieces, like see there, all those decorative pieces with the lines, they're all on the same side. So I'm going to start off with the bottom of the door. Like that. So I'm just going to put some glue in here, that channel there. And then I'm going to attach this plate, the bottom plate, on, so it goes all the way in like that. Clean off the excess. And that's the way round it goes there. And then we've got to put this side onto there. So we do the same thing. We put glue in the channel think my glue's clogged up now. Yeah, the glue's all clogged up. Which happens from time to time. So I'm just gonna wipe it clean, and then I'm gonna unclog it. My knife's actually the best thing to unclog the glue. Yeah, the bit massive. There we go. Got rid of it. Just a massive blob of glue on there. So got that cleaned. Right. That's it. So we just put glue through that channel there. Like that. Wiping the excess off. And remember the detailing as we fit these pieces together, so that just slots in there like that. Clean off the excess. And just make sure that it is flush by sitting it on the desk. Like that, so it's completely flush. I'm going to lay it down. Like that. And then we're just going to put the top on, and the top will create angles that will be correct. So let me just glue up this side and glue up the other side. I don't really need to read the instructions for this because I've done it quite a few times. So just get enough glue on there like that. Just remember this detailing has to match the detailing on both sides, and the hole has to match the hole on the left hand side, and then we just put the two together. Make sure they are flush. Give them a little push together. And that is the door frame. So I need the door and the door frame both to dry. And then we're left with these pieces. These are decorative pieces to make it look like this on the other side of the wall, and these go around the door on the other side to make it look like this, but they don't have to be that thick because only one of them needs to hold the door in. So this is the real one, and this is the kind of detailing effect to make it look like this. So when I put them all together in the check now. Yeah, so the door will go in there. The door will go in there, and then the pin will go that way and that way. It's quite fiddly to do that. But I've done it before, so just let these two dry. So the door's here. Let them both dry. Okay, so I've give enough time for these two to dry. So the next thing I'm going to do is put the door handles onto the doors on both sides. So the handles and the pins are in the same bag. So I'm going to release them. The reason they're in a bag is because you can lose them very easily. So glue, so I'm going to hold it like that. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the end of it there, like that. And then I'm going to gently push it into that hole there. Line it up there, like that. And I'm going to put the other one on the other side. I've got to be careful that when I turn it, the first handle doesn't slip out until they've dried. So I'm going to hold that door handle and put the one in on the other side, like yeah, it doesn't want to go, does it? Right, so they're both in now. They're going to need to dry in place before I put the door in this frame. I've got the 2 pins there. I'm just going to make sure that I don't lose them because they are so tiny. I just want to put a bit of glue around here just to make sure it holds in place. Leave that enough time to dry. It doesn't take that long to dry, actually, like a minute. Right, now to insert the pins. So the best way to do putting the door in, because the way I used to do it is I used to put the door in and then drop the pin down, and then I had to try and find a way, trying to kind of manipulate the pin to find the hole. But that's not the best way to do it. The best way to do it is to put the pin in the top of the door, like that, all the way through, so it sticks out, and then you can match the pin to the hole, because you can see it, like that. So you match the pin to the hole there, that's it. Let me just close the door, hang on, seems a bit tight. So we get the second pin and we drop it in to the hole like that, and then you got to kind of manipulate the door. So yeah, there you go, the pin's gone down. So sorry, yeah, so the pin's gone down there, and what you do is put some glue down here to stop the pin from falling out. So let me just push it in properly, like that. So I'm going to get some glue, and I'm just going to seal that just to stop it from moving out, like that. Only takes about 30-60 seconds to dry and hold in place. So I just need to close this door. Well, I don't actually want to close it, because I want to keep the doors open. So now that that's done, it came out. Spoke too soon. Let's put some more glue. Let's put some glue in the hole, like that. And then put some glue on the door handle. Let's just drop it back in. Now the other handle's fallen out. We're having fun and games here. Alright, need to put some glue on here, like that. I'm going to have to let them dry. But when I come back, I'll be bringing the second floor so that we can put this door in the second floor. So I brought the second floor, which you can see here. And this is the room where the new door is going, as you can see. So we turn the door, we turn it around like that, and we just push it into the hole like that. We just push it in. Have to kind of squeeze it a little bit to get it in. Like that. Okay, that's pushed in place now, as you can see. Just checking it's pushed in at the bottom, that there's no gaps. Yep, that's in fine, as you can see. Oops, sorry, I just knocked the camera. Hang on. So yeah, so it's all pushed in on there on that side, and then we turn it around like this. Turn it all the way around until we get to the room with the tree wallpaper, and we've got to put these pieces in. So let me just move that forward. So we get that one there, and this one here. So we've got to cover all this edging, because it looks kind of unsightly. So we put some wood glue onto these panels on the plain smooth side. Just put like a little bit so that we can use a cocktail stick to spread that around. So I've got this really good angle now with this camera, because I wasn't able to do that before. But now, so I'm going to hold it from this end. I'm going to start spreading it around like that. And then I'm going to hold it by the other end there. There we go. I want it a little bit thicker. I don't want it too thin, because it's got to stick to the wallpaper. And right, there we go. So remember, the decorative bit is on the outside, so you just line it up so that it covers up. Just open the door to make sure we are lining it up to the edge of the door frame like that. Just cleaning off any excess glue. And while that's drying, we need to put the other sections in, because once all three sections are together, they actually create the kind of right angles that you need. They kind of correct each other once you get all three in, because of this angle here. Let me just spread the glue around. Make sure we get a good coverage. I'm sure quite soon we'll be doing a door for in there as well. Another white door, I would say. So this one's a little bit trickier because the door's there. So we're going to need to close the door, and then we line it up. Oops, it's difficult for me to get my hands under because I've got the camera down so low. Let me just fit it in. Fits right there. Let's push it against the wall. and the floor, like that. Need to hold that in place. And then the one that we put over the top will correct the two side ones if they're not completely right. So that's why I'm doing it while they're all wet. Well, the glues are still all wet, so that I can squeeze them together at the top if I need to. Or if they're bang on, then they're bang on, so that's good. Let's just spread this. That. It's a very thin piece, so it's kind of... So just have it like semi-thick, but making sure that it's not too thick. So spread it, and then if you've got any glue left over on the stick, and you've got enough on here, which we have, and leave the rest of it on the stick. So now we've got to fit this top section in, make sure it meets both angles. And this is what I'm saying, this is where this top part, let me just open that out, see this bit needs moving now, so it fits. See how they correct each other. Alright, so that's it in place there. We just leave that to dry. And there's our door. I'm not going to open it and close it because it'll pull these off while it's still wet, but yeah. Let me just pull that in a little bit. There we go. That's it there. That's it from that side, and then we look at it from the other side. There we go. Looks very good. These are all on the floor. So yeah. So that's what we end up with there. And we almost complete issue 63. Remember that we've got some treads to put on the stairs. We need to get replacement treads for these. I think this is the staircase for this floor as well. I think it goes like that, or something like that. Hang on. Yeah, it probably goes there. Yeah, that staircase probably goes there, something like that. Be good once we get all the treads for that, and that goes up to the final floor. So you know, we're not far off finishing the floors. We've still got a lot to do, but yeah. So that completes, pretty much completes, except the treads. Issue 63 of the build. I'd like to thank you for your company. I'll see you in the next video. Stay creative.